Let's move on to Jets at Eagles. Here's another under that I'm interested in. Jets, Eagles. Eagles open up a -14. They're now -13. There are 13.5 on the board. This total opened up at 44.5, is now at 43.5. Darnold had targeted week 5 for his return, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. We will see this week, but I suspect we're going to see Luke Falk for another week. These Eagles have no cornerbacks, Donnie. Darby, Jones, Maddox, all hurt. They found their running game, but this is a huge spread for an inconsistent football team. Jets coming off of a bye. Donnie RightSide, how are you handling Jets Eagles?
Normally, like if this was, let's just say, a semi-healthy Eagles football team, let's just say they had Jalen Mills at cornerback, they had Ron Darby healthy at cornerback, or Sidney Jones healthy at cornerback, the Eagles would take apart this Jets team, not because they're the better football team, but if you see anything, like with Sam Darnold, first game, 68 yards on the ground, 155 in the air. Without Darnold, 93 on the ground, 169 in the air. And then versus New England, 36 yards on the ground and 69 yards in the air. It's about scoring. So a lot of the times we also see these spreads that's 13.5, 14.5, like we saw in the Patriots game, 15.5. It sounds like so much, but then you look at the scores that these guys, like, can we see in this football game again, same score, 31-13 Eagles? It sounds about right. So, well, wait a second, that's 18 points, that covers the line. 13 and 14 sounds like ridiculous numbers that you can't back in the NFL, but when you see the final scores, they make sense. Last week, New England Patriots, 30-14 over the Jets. The Jets didn't even score an offensive point. So if the Jets aren't going to get more than 2 touchdowns in this game, they're going to get buried. The Eagles aren't going to score 21 against the Jets. The offense is healthy and humming again. Seems to me, again, like one of those, Jimmy, where we take a look at 31-10, 31-14 in that range where the Eagles win and cover.
Yeah, Eagles win and cover makes sense, but I just find it tough to trust this team. What's going on at cornerback for you guys? And tell us a little bit.
There's struggling. I mean, the Orlando Scandrick comes back. And again, the stuff that you have to cover spreads with, the Eagles technically don't have. You want a nasty pass rush. The Eagles can barely get to the quarterback. You want cover cornerbacks to say, you know what? Your quarterback is so bad that we're going to jump routes and intercept them because we have elite play, which they don't have. So you're sort of leaning on saying, what I've seen out of the Jets, they are horrific no matter the defense they play. And the Eagles catching a little bit of a break and then some extra time off with Green Bay, getting healthy again on offense. They should be able to be in the 30s. But I understand why you have a little bit of trepidation because they don't have the components on defense where you can just take apart a football team where it's a 14-point game. It's a 17-point game in the fourth quarter when the defensive line pins its ears back and crushes the quarterback that stinks like Luke Falk. They technically don't have that, Jimmy.
And can you tell me a little bit more about the trade you guys made this week? Because I didn't fully understand it. When you have all these problems in your secondary, why you would trade a safety?
Well, what they're looking at doing is obviously they're working the wires, not just going to give up 2 or 1 or maybe even get Harris out of Denver. The only reason why they picked up a linebacker, they cut L.J. Fort the week before, and they needed another linebacker this week. Now that they're getting a little bit healthier on defense with cornerbacks, they need to replace that guy on special teams. That's the only reason why they made that move. But they did make the move where they had Orlando Scandrick, the former Dallas Cowboys cornerback, who knows the system. They brought him back this week. There's still another move in the works, but they're trying to shake the tree to see where some of these teams are going to give up their players without saying, hey, 2 first-rounders, and or else we don't have a deal.
Interesting stuff. I still kind of like the under here, but you're right. This Eagles offense is rolling right now.